Hello YouTube and fellow preppers, this is Geordie Prepper. I'm going to take you through making kale chips. I've been going towards a more vegan lifestyle recently for many reasons, obviously less cruelty involved and for health benefits as well. I'm not totally vegan yet and I probably never will be, but I just thought I'd show you the one dish that I've been enjoying recently, and that's some kale chips. You don't need very much for it. Obviously you need some kale. Get the best locally sourced kale that you can and try to support your independent stores. You'll need some chia seeds for this variation. I use chia seeds. You'll need some extra virgin olive oil and some sea salt. Make sure that you get the best quality salt that you can. You could also use different variations of salt. There's many different types of salt out there. Just make sure that you can get the best quality salt that you can. You'll need a bowl to put the kale chips in once they're done, and you'll need a baking tray, obviously for when they go in the oven. So really the first thing to do is to get your kale, and make sure that you get some nice big leafy kale. And what I tend to do is I'll just get the most of the leafy part, so I'll just snap the stalk off. I will eat the stalk, but for this what you need is the nice big leafy bit of kale. These are really nice big pieces that I've got here. So just fill up your tray with these pieces of kale. And that's it, so you've got your kale there. The next thing to do is just get your extra virgin olive oil. And then just kind of drizzle it on. Doesn't need to be too much. You just want to kind of lightly cover it. And we're just going to rub in the olive oil just so that it's throughout the leaves, all over it. Just spread it over, front and back. And just get this bit, just run the oil throughout the whole of the leaf there. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to sprinkle the salt over the kale. That's why it was so important to get the oil throughout all the pieces of the leaves. The oil is basically going to hold the salt, and then later it's going to hold the chia seeds in place on the leaves while it's cooking. So just get your salt and just spread it about over the kale. I quite like salt, so I'll stick a bit more. For the next part you're going to need a pestle and mortar, and that's to slightly crush the chia seeds. Slightly crushing the chia seeds just helps to get the goodness that's within them out. So we just get some, and we just put a small amount in. It's very easy to go overboard with chia seeds, so literally just get like a small amount of chia seeds. Doesn't need to be very much. I found that I put far too much on in the first batch, and a lot of it was still on the baking tray when it was done, so it was a bit of a waste. So just use a very small amount, and then just give them a bit of a grind. Alright, so we've got the slightly cracked chia seeds in there. Next we just need to bosh them over the kale. So just get them out, sprinkle them over. The oil's going to keep them in place. Just bosh them on. That's it. So we just pop it in about in the middle or lower part of the oven. So I've took them out of the oven, and you'll notice that halfway through I turned the kale leaves over just so that the spines get some exposure, because I find that they often aren't crispy. While the leaves are crispy, the spine isn't as crispy, so hopefully this time it'll be a bit more crispy. So I've turned them over, and then it also gets the underside leaf some exposure to the heat and turns it a bit crispy as well. Alright, so that was me preparing and cooking the crispy kale chips here. This is them in the bowl. I'm going to gan off and eat them now. I hope you've enjoyed me preparing and showing you these kale chips. Going vegan is just something that I think is morally right. It's physically right for my body, and it's something that I've really enjoyed because, I'm not really into preparing food, cooking, but this is starting to get me into that, and to be honest, I've really started enjoying it, and I wish that I got into it a lot sooner in my life. It's been great to see other preppers catching on to veganism, and I've had messages from people saying that they're a prepper and they're vegan and they've been interested in what I eat. So I just thought I'd show you one thing that I'm doing to prepare my body. Obviously I'm doing more physical exercise now. For a very long time I've been detoxing my body. I drink distilled water, and it's been great to see other preppers have actually been mentioning veganism and actually been mentioning that the most important step you can take to preparedness is to prepare your body. It's the number one resource that you have to get in check, and I feel that it's something that's been neglected far too long. There's no point getting all of your preps together, making a bug-out bag, if you're going to collapse because your body simply can't carry the weight of it. So if you're getting into preparedness, start with your body, start with your water, and start with your food, and get yourself some knowledge about what you're eating, where it's came from, the sustainability of it, and improve upon that, because it's a worthwhile journey. Right guys, be safe, be prepared. This is Geordie Prepper signing out, and I'll see you next time.